Hello everybody, my name is indeed CactiMamba, and today we are going to be playing some more Legends of Runeterra, and now more specifically, some more Path Champions, or are we? Ooh, did I get you there? Did I catch you slacking? Did you not check the thumbnail? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be playing some Path Champions today, but you may see something in the background. Who knows? I don't know, I'm probably going to throw some stuff in there for you. As I talk about the new thing today, which is going to be the roadmap, okay? And this is going to be my genuine reaction to the roadmap, because the only reason I even know that there is a roadmap was because there was a comment down below one of my videos, and I was like, I just saw it and everything like that. So, yeah, so that was why I even know, but don't worry, I saved myself for you guys, alright? I have not seen this roadmap. All I know is that it's the color red, okay? It's like a dark red. I saw it, and I immediately, I saw the outline, and I immediately clicked off the page. I would never do such a thing to you guys. I'm loyal to you, alright? You guys better appreciate my loyalty. I have stayed spoiler since the roadmap has dropped. I've stayed spoiler free since the roadmap has dropped for like over a day now. Well, not over a day actually. It's like really early in the morning of Friday, but it dropped on Thursday is all I know, and I haven't looked at it since then, so you guys got to keep that one in mind. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the roadmap here in a second, but you got to let me pull it up here. But before we even do that, there's a couple ice cubes in the water bottle, which I hope you guys appreciate, because that is today's sponsor. Yes, that's right, the water bottle. Always what you need, guys. Always some nice, satiating, soothing water from the water bottle. It really is this sustenance that brings the world together. So if you guys appreciate the water bottle, let me know down in the comments below. I am proudly sponsored by my water bottle. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. But now we got to get into some stuff here for the roadmap. That's my Twitter page here. If you guys want to, you can follow my Twitter down in the comments below. But ignoring that, who cares about that right now? We have the roadmap, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, alright, so I'm going to open this up in a new tab, actually. Hopefully this makes it look better for you guys. It does. Ooh, it really does. Ooh, my God, it's beautiful. Okay, so like I said, it is red. I was right. Okay, so September, which was this patch, right? Like the mid-season match, seasonal tournament, new PvE champions, yeah. We have Corrupted Event, Part 1, which we knew about. 5 new champions, 2 new boards, which we already saw. And okay, so everything from September has already been released. So it doesn't look like we're going to get anything new in September, except maybe the mid-season balance patch. I don't know if that already dropped or not. And then the Darkened Saga Domination. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Like, look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Alright, and then 3 new champions, an Arclight event, and new PvE champions. So we're going to get some new PvE champions, an Arclight event, and 3 new champs, which is really exciting. I don't know, like, it's not crazy in terms of the roadmap so far, but it seems like we're going to get more Darkened Saga stuff. And then in November, we have Worlds stuff, which is just all Worlds in November, which is fine. And then December is the new Darkened Saga finale. Okay, 3 new champions, Corrupted Event Part 2, so that we don't get the second Corrupted Event until December. Wow. Okay. Mid-season balance patch and new PvP champions. So it seems like these two are kind of like the same boat here, like over here, but like just adding in this one too. Interesting. So it seems like October is going to be like the smaller patch, right? Possibly, and then December might be the little bit bigger patch. But we have an Arclight event in there too, which is going to be exciting. Plus 3 new champions, and I'm assuming that in October we will get Varus, and in December we will get Aatrox. I would assume. But I can't know, obviously. But these splash arts all look really dope. I'm really excited to see what they have. And then in 2023, new lore exclusive champions, new ways to play, including rotation. Okay, so they are going to rotate stuff. I don't know what that'll do for Path to Champions. There's going to be more expansions, which, not surprised. And balance adjustments, stay tuned for more. That's fine. I think that the reason why I think roadmaps, by the way, guys, are so important is because it allows you to produce the hype and things like that, and it makes people more excited about the game, right? Like, the thing with roadmaps is, you know, like, whenever you have something to look forward to, right, you're like, oh my god, something new's coming, something new's coming. It provides more excitement for you, and you don't feel like just like this waiting game of like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know, whereas like if you look at like now, you're like, oh okay, in October there's gonna be some new stuff coming. Like now I'm excited for what's in October. So now I know that like for the rest of September we might not be getting anything new, but in October we will be, right? Or in December, I know that if I'm like I know that in November nothing new is gonna come, right? But I know that December it will, right? So there's just always some new exciting things to see, right? In terms of all that kind of stuff. I think that that's part of what makes roadmaps so important, and that's why I was hoping that we would get a roadmap soon because we really needed one. We were kind of in the dark for about like a month or two, or just like there's this roadmap that we don't really know what's going on, and then also on top of that, what people forget is that not only do we have that roadmap, but we had the roadmap, but the roadmap was also with it was outdated information, right? Like it was slightly outdated, and so it's like, well, we don't really know what to do at this point, right? Because we don't know how outdated or accurate these things are because you change some things up and then you never released a new roadmap, right? So these are the types of things where it's like, okay, even if it's still in like early stages for some of this stuff, having a roadmap is just so vital. It literally can change how excited people get because then we know what to expect, right? We know that certain things are on the horizon, which already builds hype as is, and then over time it'll actually build even more hype, right? As you work closer and closer and closer towards that event, and then you're like, oh my god, oh my god, like as we go through the months, or then we go all the way to December, right? Then it's like the Darkened Saga finale. Oh my god, like 3 new champions, the second corrupted event. We already loved the first one, right? Like and all this stuff. Speaking of, by the way, I do love the first corrupted event. I think it's been really good so far. Really, really crazy. They say 2 new boards and stuff. There's probably going to be new boards and stuff in here. They just don't know exactly yet with that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm really liking the patch cadence so far. I'll be interested to see what they do for Path of Champions in the future. I don't know if they're going to be adding in, I don't know if they're going to be adding in, only 4 new champions and then 4 new champions again from October to December. I don't know. But those 8 new champions really opened up a lot of opportunities for more stuff. I'd be excited if at least one of these patches had more than 4, so maybe 8 or 6, like just something like that, which could open up just a lot more playing. Because it would be kind of cool at some point to have all the champions from Legends of Runeterra in Path Champions, but we'll see what happens and everything like that. But yeah, so October, right, to more specifically get into the nitty gritty, we will have new PvE champions and a new Darkened Saga, which means that I'm assuming that the 3 new champions will probably most likely get added, most likely, or at least 2 of them will, I would assume. I mean, the first expansion ever since the new Path Champions 2.0 drop was that didn't have one of the new champions in it, was actually the one that we just got at the beginning of August, right? Or the end of August, like literally August 31st. It dropped and it didn't have Nora, right? But since they typed in Nora, I'm assuming that they're thinking that they're probably going to drop Nora in October. I don't know. It'll depend on whenever they add. It'll depend on whether they add Vandal City as a region, because I know Vigard technically is Vandal City, but he's not really. Like, Vandal City is not his main region, right? A lot of people think of him as Shadow Isles, and it's like he's kind of like a half one, whereas like Nora would be just Vandal City, I think, is from what I saw. Because she's literally just Vandal City. But then there's the Darkened Saga, right? So that we're going to be seeing here. So these next 3, or the next 2 expansions, sorry, will be Darkened. We've got the Arclight event, and then the second part of the Corrupt event. So then that also has me wondering if the Zoe, the Zoe skin is going to come out this event, or if it's going to come out in the second event. So like we don't even know, right? But yeah, it'll be kind of nice. I would like to see more of like these more like year-long type events, right? Or like multiple month-long type events instead of just like one event pass and whatever. Like that'd be pretty cool. Like I'd love to see some like month or like not month but like 3-month-long event or something like that in the future. That'd be really, really cool. I like events a lot. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of them. I think that they do a lot for the game too. I think a lot of the time whenever you have like these new events dropping where it's like, oh my god, look at all this stuff that's going on, it helps a lot. It provides some hype. It provides some, some more ways to grab cards and some nice cosmetics and things like that, which for a lot of people excites you, right? There's there's more to it, and so that's exciting. And then and we've got 2 new events on the horizon, right? Each with new PvE champions, and I'm assuming at some point in the near future, right? So either in October or December, probably in October, they're gonna drop the Freljord. So what they'll do is they'll probably drop Freljord as a region, and then in the future after that, probably in December, we might see like Targon at some point. I'm not entirely sure yet, but as of right now, that would be my assumption, right? But we'll have to see. I'm not really sure because obviously PvE is no longer like part of their main focus, so they're obviously only going to say like new PvE champions because that's typically one of the things that provides the most hype. But my assumption for PvE cadence, right? So like for like what I think the PvE cadence will be in the future is it's going to be like small patch in October, big patch December, right? Like if I was to assume it'd be small, big, small, big, small, big, right? And it'll just continuously be a smaller patch and a bigger patch. And I think that that's what they'll do because the reason being is because I think it makes a lot more sense for like their cadence and it allows them time to make like maybe a bigger change like weekly adventures, right, to the mode and things like that, while then also still providing us with some consistent content, right, so like some maybe more like hey, we'll keep you guys distracted with a few new champions, and then big patch with a lot of new champions and new stuff and all this, right? So I think that's more of what the cadence will be. Now I don't know for certain, obviously I don't work at Riot Games. I don't do anything with all this stuff, but what I do is I do like love playing Path Champions and everything. But this on the way, the balance adjustments with including with the rotation is going to be really interesting, and more lore exclusive champions is going to be exciting. I'm really not sure what to expect yet with all that kind of stuff, but what I do like about the lore exclusive champions being added to the game is that also allows for, they're not limiting their creativity to just the new or just the old champions from League of Legends, right? They do allow themselves to say like, hey, if a new champion that isn't already in League of Legends works, why don't we make them, right? Why don't we create them? Why don't we add them to the game and things like that? And I love stuff like that. I think that adds a lot more for this game in general. It also shows longevity for the game as a whole, right? Because it's saying, hey, we're committed to making these new interesting storylines that are actually different from League of Legends completely, right? Which then allows us to expand on our own universe and make these new things and make things more interesting in that regard. So I'm really excited to see what's going to go on with all that kind of stuff. Oop, quick water break, 1 second. But yeah, no, I don't know. I we'll see exactly what sort of happens with everything with the drop cadence. But like I said, we had our big Path of Champions release that involved 12 new champions right at the beginning of like it was like May, I think is when they dropped, and then in August, or not August, in July I think it was either June or July, I think it was late June. They dropped they dropped new champions, but they only dropped 4 new champions, right? And then after that, they dropped 8 new champions in the last patch, right? So we don't really, so from like previous iterations, we would see that, okay, small patch, big patch. So I think that that's really important in terms of expectations, right? Like don't expect another 8 champion patch in October, but maybe expect it in December, right? Like that would be something that I would say is probably pretty realistic. Is hey, don't expect it in the near future, right? In October. But let's expect it in December. Come on, like, and be realistic about it. So I think that that kind of tutors our expectations a little bit. But obviously, the nice thing, though, is that it always confirms that we're getting a patch basically every single 2 months for PvE, right? Which is another thing that it just kind of goes to show, like, hey, they understand that, like, maybe they weren't focusing completely on PvE as much as they used to, right, with that new announcement and everything like that. But they are saying, like, hey, we know that people like PvE, right? We know that a lot of people like PvE. And so we're obviously going to put that in patch notes because the more they can kind of get at PvE and things like that, the more it's going to excite more people as well and things like that. So I think it's just a big focus to have, right? Of like, hey, PvE, it's a big deal, right? So I think for me, I'm pretty excited with the new patch notes. It might not sound like I'm as excited as I am because it's really early in the morning. I woke up way earlier than I should have. I woke up at 1 a.m. So typically not my start time for the day, but we're here, right? So I like the patch notes so far, or not patch notes, sorry, roadmap. Oh, I'm tired. There we go, right? But no, but in October and December is when we'll be expecting new patches. I'm actually assuming that we probably won't get a new October patch until mid-October, probably. I doubt that we'll get it early October, unless they really want to only give, like, about a month. But, like, we've got so many different champions and things to play with, as well as the new weekly adventures, that we don't really need anything for 2 months right now. Now, if they were to wait, like, till late October, then go early December, I wouldn't be complaining as much, because then we have, like, a lot of new stuff now, but I'm assuming a smaller October patch, which then leads into a bigger patch in December. So I wouldn't be complaining. It'd also be cool if at some point, by the way, they did some sort of, like, Christmas or wintry event, but they're doing corrupted events, so maybe they do some corrupted Christmas skins, or maybe they just do their own Christmas skins on their own, because they did Santa Brom and Winter Ari last year, so maybe they'll do a couple more winter skins this year. I don't know. It's just something to think about. I'm looking too far into the horizon. Oh, by the way. Oh my god, I've got to mention this. Okay, so, speaking of skins, right, for a second here, so, sorry for everybody who doesn't get skins or anything like that, but I am going to talk about them for a second. I do think that this next year, I think they're actually going to do the Lunar Beast event, or like the Lunar event. They didn't do it with skins the last time around, but I think that's because they weren't really making skins a lot at that point. But I do think they're going to do it this year, or the next year, is what I mean. So in 2023, I do think that they'll do that, but we'll just have to wait and see, right? But it is pretty exciting, and yeah, so I like I said, don't go crazy with your expectations at all. In October, it's going to be probably a smaller patch. December will be the bigger patch, right? Arclight event will probably be hype. I'm liking the fact that they're doing events pretty consistently too. I can actually check real quick too here, because I do want to check what when the event ends, right? Because when the event ends might actually change what happens, right? Riot Games, can we load? Okay, well, really? Okay, I was gonna be like, I'm pretty sure I'm signed in. Riot Games doesn't like me right now, guys. It's taking forever. Alright, there we go. Go put this back to the main focus here. Hopefully it shows up. Legend of Runeterra should be... Okay, there we go. Alright, perfect. So, one thing that we're checking right now is just the event, and when it ends. So, it's 26 days from now, right? So, that would be October 4th. Yeah, so it's probably mid-October, right? I'm assuming I think it's October 4th, or maybe it's October 5th. Either way, it's in the middle of October, right, is when the event ends, or like early October, which means I think that they're probably not dropping a patch in October until either late October or mid-October, right? So, late October or mid-October is when they'll drop the new patch, and then they'll also be having probably a smaller patch with that, and then they'll go into a bigger patch in December. So that's probably what I would expect. We might see the new Freljord region in October. We might not. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see some new relics. They always seem to add new relics in with each patch, which I'm excited about. I like seeing the new relics added, and everything like that. So if you guys appreciated that video, I hope you guys did. Oh, also, shoot, forgot to add. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place right now, but the last thing I wanted to add, real quick before I do my outro here, is in December, I would expect to see some bigger changes to Path of Champions again. Probably something along the lines of like weekly adventures, right? Something a little bit bigger, right? Maybe that's an added starting to the champions. Maybe that's some new like legendary items or epic items or things like that, right? Like or epic relics, sorry, and things like that. So something I would expect a bigger change. It seems that that's what they're doing is the small patch and do like a big change too, like something significant, right? Not something a little small or anything like that. So just keep that in mind for whatever's going on there, but hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I do enjoy the new roadmap. It is pretty exciting. I can switch it back over here, right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new roadmap. It's really exciting. I love the graphics that they're doing and stuff too, so keep an eye out for all those. You know for a fact I'm going to be making new videos when all these new patches and stuff comes out. But until then, guys, I mean, you'll just have a new gameplay video tomorrow, no worries. And everything, but I am excited for the new roadmap. It does seem really cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed Tired CactiMamba here. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.